Okay, sorry, I am back. So I clicked it like 2 times probably, and I didn't realize that the microphone was off. Yeah, because I got interrupted as usual. It's the weekend. As I always have. I like to be on my. I told you I'm introvert. I like to be in here quiet, and there's always like a ton of people interrupting me. It's crazy. So I just clicked it like twice. It was like after the performance, and we kind of get in here. So play it cool. You guys were great. Breathe. That was beautiful. Play it cool, yeah. The best guitarist smirks at you. Hell yeah, we were. Shay grins and ducks his head, almost shy. Thanks, I'm really glad you came. Shay holds your gaze for a bit too long, acknowledging the moment of wordless, telepathic connection you both felt even if you won't. You introduce yourself to Shay's bandmates. I'm Kim Sang. Kim Sang. Lise? I don't know. Lise is something else, isn't it? I'm going to call her Lise. Yeah, better. It connects to something else if I say the other way. You blink unsure if you heard the name correctly. Yeah, maybe it was Lise. It's because I get in your hair, and once I'm in your life, I'm impossible to get rid of. Then it is Lise. Okay. Because I was like, Lise then? Okay. Conversation between the four of you flows easily over drinks. Kim Sang is laid back and easygoing, and Lise, okay, is delightfully blunt. So, are you the neighbor who keeps yelling at Shay about muddy bike tracks? Shay laughs, shaking his head. No, the mom's the one who yells at me. You snort, elbowing Shay. You talk about my mom and not about me? Shay laughs. You jealous? Don't worry, Shay talks about you too. He says you're also a musician. You're not. Shay turns to you. I'd love to watch you perform live someday. Come to New York. Well, this is also another thing, which is our character. It's probably not an introvert like I am. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, because I'm seeing she performs in New York. Yes, there's that. Okay. Oh, come on. The three of them let out synchronized protests. You laugh and change the subject. You didn't realize this was something you've been missing, but tonight, talking music with Shay and his bandmates, you feel seen in a way you haven't in a long time. Why are you guys called the 1 a.m. Lipak band? Lipak is the Malay word for chill. Yeah, so like in Singapore, like they have some Malaysians in there because Malaysia is how do you say, like above in the map. I mean, in the map it's like above in the map. It's not God. In the map, when you're looking at the map, it's above Singapore. Okay, so you will find some Malaysians in Singapore. Lipak is the Malay word for chill or slack off, but maybe there's a story to the name. One night about 2 years ago, Lise and I were performing at a bar in Bugis. I don't know if this is how it's spelled. That was before I was part of the band. They had a different drummer then. The amp blew, we were getting a lukewarm reaction from the crowd. At some point, some drunk man stands up and shouts, "Go sell insurance or something, losers." Fast forward to after the performance, we head to a coffee shop and our drummer quits. She said, "We're just a bunch of friends who lip back and play music together. That's not a real job." You nod sympathetically. Your parents and extended family have expressed similar sentiments on more than one occasion. Obviously, she meant it negatively, but I overheard the conversation and thought it sounded like fun. Yeah. So another thing that they kind of like have a lot in there, and you probably already noticed by probably watching K-drama and all of it. Like they have this thing of like the parents have this thing that you really need to become someone important in your life, okay? They kind of have like, or you inherit the family business, even if it's just like a restaurant or something, you know, or you keep like the family business, or you are supposed to be someone that is successful in life. So choosing something like being a musician is kind of like a no-no for them, you know. He pulls up a chair next to us, we start talking, and the 1 a.m. Lipak band was born. Shay grins at you. You are welcome to join the band anytime. Lys and Kim sang, snored, and after a bit you laughed too. I'll keep that in mind. Punk rock Christmas, okay. At some point, after polishing off the drinks and food, the four of you joined the throng of people dancing in front of the stage. Keep things casual, move a little closer to Shay. I am going to keep it casual. Shay is an exuberant, inventive dancer with moves that range from graceful to silly to downright impressive. Lys sweeps across the space like a typhoon, and Kim Sang is a little tentative, but endearingly so. You dance with them till you are breathless, the world spinning around you in a world of color and sound. Now that I'm looking at her, yeah, she may be more the Malaysian type. Yeah, she probably is. Eventually, when the atmosphere finally begins to die down and the venue begins to empty out, you decide to call it a night. Head home. Instead of taking a taxi back, you accepted a ride back from Shay on his motorbike. Okay. Cool wind buffets your face and the engine thrums beneath you. You are beginning to relax, taking in the Christmas lights when the bike suddenly sails over a speed bump. You get a millisecond of air time before hitting the ground again, nearly crashing into Shay's back. Shay laughs, but doesn't take his eyes off the road. You can hold on to me if you want. Put my arms around Shay's waist, perch a hand lightly on Shay's shoulder. Grip the metal bar at the back of the bike and brace yourself. Yeah, I only feel confident when I put my arms around the person. It's like, even if you're just grabbing, you know, like grabbing the sides or something, I always feel like I need that when I'm, you know, I'm not riding the motorcycle. I always feel like I need to grab the person. I don't know how to put it. I have to. I know this is going to increase, but it's like when I think about it, I'm like, no, no way. Yeah, no, not the shoulder. That's like nothing. These two would make me extremely uncomfortable. I cannot with that. Just the idea of it, not comfortable. Shay leans back slightly so you can feel his warm body against yours. You rest your chin on his shoulder. Enjoying the ride? So much I'm considering getting myself a motorbike. Shay chuckles. At the next stoplight, he looks over at you, dark eyes sparkling. In the meantime, I'll be happy to take you on as many joy rides as you want. Shay makes another wide turn. The swooping sensation makes your pulse race, and your grip around Shay's waist tightens just a little. My aunt used to fetch me around on her motorcycle as a kid. She'll call it eating air. As the bike flies along the nearly empty roads, you taste the crisp night air on your tongue. I can see why she called it that. The ride is almost too short. Before you know it, Shay pulls up in the car park of your apartment block. Shay pauses. I had a really nice time tonight. Catch his hand, leaning in for a kiss. Are we just going to start kissing everyone in here? I don't know, we could do that. Let's go, let's put ourselves thinking about Nat like that. Let's make this demo a bit more complicated. Although Nat and you are no longer together, something about this feels weird, off somehow, like a cover of your favorite song. Which is also true. I was never able to just end the relationship and start another one. I was never able to do that. Like, I always felt like I needed a bit of time to digest all of it and then go into a new stuff. You take one step back. Shay runs a hand through his hair, smile fading slightly. A bit later, he shrugs. There's a boxing gym I go to in Gaylang? Yeah, they would say Gaylang. Okay. Do you want to come with me? We could have dinner after. You raise an eyebrow and Shay laughs. I know it sounds like I'm suggesting it so I can beat you up, but it'll be fun, I promise. Even lice think so, and they hate exercise. I honestly, no, I don't want to commit to anything. Well, I'm still glad we got to hang out tonight. See you around. The next morning, you wake up to sunlight streaming in from the window, still sleep muddled. You must have forgotten to close the curtains last night. A quick glance at your phone tells you it's only 7:30 a.m. You're still jet-lagged, but fortunately, you've been tired enough to sleep through the night. You turn around and try to go back to sleep, but your thoughts keep drifting back to last night with Shay. Why would I kind of regret it? We didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. You no longer believe in love at first sight or soulmates, but you can't deny how quickly you've been drawn to Shay. That was not what I was trying to imply in there, but yeah, sure. You like the way he makes you laugh, the way he is in your heart. You hadn't felt so comfortable with anyone but Nat in a long time. You hadn't acted on anything, and neither had Shay, but he'll made this attraction to you pretty obvious. After breakfast. To appease your mother after your disappearance last night, you spent most of the day with your family. That afternoon, the four of you play Mahjong. The Christmas presents from your extended family is stacked in a pile between you. Winner takes it all. To nobody's surprise, your mother ends up winning by a big margin. As a result, she's in such a good mood that she doesn't even complain that much when you tell her you're eating out with your old junior college friends. When evening rolls around, you meet Junie by the river as promised. She pulls you into a bone-crushing hug, thumping you on the back as though executing the Heimlich maneuver. People are going to be so excited to see you, it's been years. The two of you stroll along the river to the restaurant where you'll be meeting the rest of your classmates. Hey, maybe this is the day you and Jiyeon finally get over the bad blood between you. You've never actually told her what went down all those years ago, even though you suspect Junie guesses some part of it. 7 years ago. In the months leading up to the national examinations at the end of junior college, Xion and you spend most of your waking hours after school studying together. Amidst the whirlwind of classes, mock exams, and college applications, you and Xion fall even more in love. One afternoon, the two of you head to the library after class, but the air conditioning isn't working. Your brother had invited some friends over, so your house is out. I guess we can go to my place. My mom's out with a friend today. She'll be back late. You brighten. Cheon hasn't invited you over in weeks because his parents are going through a rough patch. And he's been spending as little time as possible at home. All you know is that Cheon's mom had found out about his dad cheating. Cheon never wants to talk about it. Sure, I'll come. Can we make dumplings for dinner together after? As far as you're concerned, that recipe is the only worthwhile thing Cheon ever inherited from his mother. I swear it's the only reason why you continue to hang out with me. Maybe. Among other things. You slip your hand into Cheon's, fingers lacing together as you head towards the bus stop. You settle down next to Cheon at his dining table. The two of you work mostly in companionable silence. You are finishing up a chemistry assignment and Cheon's doing a literature mock paper. After 2 hours, your attention slowly begins to wander. Cheon looks up, narrowing his eyes at you. I can feel your gaze from here. He looks up at you, lips curling into a crooked smile. You promise not to be distracting. You're the one being distracting. You see Cheon's throat bob up and down as he swallows, gaze growing thick. I've still got 5 more minutes on my practice test. When you move a little closer, thigh pressing against Cheon's, you see a small flicker of desire dance across his features in response. Lean in and kiss him. My heart thumps hard in my chest, but I do not move. The thing is that if I'm not the one doing something in here, you're going to see it. I'm going to show you. If she's not the one doing something, this guy is probably not going to move. Probably. You'll see it. I'll show you. So I do not move. Cheon's eyes continue to burn a hole in your soul. He draws closer, hand coming up to cup your jaw. Oh, maybe. Your heart skips. Cheon leans in, eyes fluttering shut. Kian's mom appears at the threshold of the living room. You hadn't heard her come in. Judging by her horrified expression, she has definitely seen everything. Cheon hastily lets go of you and steps back. He tries to school his expression into something fairly neutral, but you know him well enough to see the panic in his dark eyes. Shit. There's a long and terrible silence. The thump, thump, thump of your heartbeat is the only unreliable measure of time you have. Cheon doesn't tear his eyes from his mother, and an entire conversation seems to be had in your presence, except you have no idea what's being said. Finally, Cheon's mom rounds on you. So, you're the one Cheon has been wasting his time with? Before he got mixed up with you, Cheon's on the dean's list every year. Yeah, I knew. That's why. Remember that I told you about because Asian parents kind of have this Yeah. That's why I was like, She glares at you. Now look at him. Shit prelim grades, throwing away his future, everything we sacrificed for. No, But Chion's mother doesn't want to hear it. She holds nothing back. The Mandarin words come at you, yeah, because they are like Chinese. Sharp and fast like throwing knives. In English, Mrs. Lin had always been hard and derisive. But in Mandarin, she is a force to behold, a typhoon, sweeping and tempestuous. You think this is love? Chion's mother sneers, not bothering to hide her contempt for you. Chion can do so much better than you. One day he will wake up and regret this phase of his life. She spits the last sentence out at you. Trust me, it will hurt less if you just end this now. There's like another thing. I don't want to be offending anyone in here, so that's why I'm always like thinking about the things that I say. But I keep noticing something it's like a pattern, which is like of all the Asian like drama that I watch. I started realizing something, which is, I think the women that you find to be more proactive in the way of like most of the time complaining about things, proactive more in that way, is the Chinese women. Like you watch K-dramas and they are like, they can complain too, but they kind of feel more like, I don't know, the average type of complaining. Japanese women are very shy and very subdued to guys, and so like they are always very the shy and submissive type of women. But the ones that seem to be like really proactive, always complaining, like they are the man of the house. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's the Chinese women. Like I always notice this. It's like they are the ones in there that hold all of the respect. I don't know how to put it in another word, but I always feel this. Like, yeah, Chinese women kind of have this. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anyone, okay? I'm just saying what I kind of like feel. Do you understand? It's like a feeling that I kind of have. Because I watch a lot of Chinese drama, and I already told you I usually even prefer to watch the Chinese drama. But I always notice this, which is like they are more like not the shy type. Do you understand? Like they just say things and they complain and they are like, oh, I don't like this, I don't want this. And at home, like it's like they are the ones that have the last word. Do you understand? Yeah, kind of like that. And it feels like so different from all of the other Asian countries. Do you understand? Like, I kind of feel that with the Chinese women, especially. Ball my fists and launch a fierce defense of my relationship with Chion. Take a shaky breath and tell her how I genuinely feel about Chion. She's not going to listen. Go straight for the jugular. That's rich. You are lecturing me about love. She's in a bad phase. I don't want that. I feel like that's not fair and not polite. I don't want to do that. I mean, she wants to be rude with us. That's her. I don't have to respond in to respond in a rude way too, you know. Okay, maybe the first one. I'll take a shaky breath and tell her out. She's not going to listen with this one though. Okay, let's do it like this. Furry courses through your veins, bursting free from its banks like a thundering river. You've never had to use Mandarin for anything other than writing academic essays, but in the heat of the moment, the words come streaming out of you. You think this isn't love? Well, maybe what you have for him isn't it either. Maybe what Jian will wake up one day realizing is that he should decide what he wants. Not me, not you. It's also true, what she's saying, yeah. She lets out a bitter laugh and her eyes meet yours. But the thing is, like, it has a lot to do with the filial piety that the Asians have in tons, especially Chinese. It's a very Chinese thing. They have a thing that is very, I don't know how to put it. It's a filial piety that they have. And it's like they always feel like they need to own to their parents. And it's a thing that it's passed by generation to generation to generation. Like, they should not fail their parents, okay? And we in the Western, we may not understand this situation, but it's so engraved into their identity that I don't know how to put it. They constantly feel this, like they need to follow this. Do you understand? It's more like that. So yeah, there's a lot of times that then they end up regretting, and yeah. She lets out a bitter laugh and her eyes meet yours. Don't lecture me about what love looks like. The strange hollowness in her gaze hits you harder than the rage that had preceded it. Believe me, I know a mistake disguised as love. Those are the worst kind. She picks your bag up from the ground and hands it to you. Go, this is the last I want to see or hear of you. Through it all, Jian says nothing, just stares at you, dark eyes swirling. This, more than anything else, is what breaks your heart. You bite down so hard into your lower lip that you taste a metallic tang of blood. After that day. Why didn't you say anything yesterday? He would not say something, yeah. Because it's that thing that I was telling you about, the filial piety. He would not say something. He would not. What's the use? You know she won't change her mind. I don't need her to change her mind. I just want to know where you stand. Jian simply stares at you, and the silence, just like it had been yesterday, is damning. It's kind of funny that we started with him and I was already telling you about this thing that they have between like family and all of it. It's like I was already guessing. Do you understand it? Like when I was starting with this guy, I was like, oh, I bet. Yeah, because they always have like that thing. You realize that for as long as the specter of Jian's parents' pride and their expectations hang over him like a noose, Jian will never be happy. Yeah, it happens quite a lot. Like, quite a lot. Especially with with Chinese parents. Yeah. Maybe this is a reality that you never actually knew about, but yes. And you'll always be collateral damage. This realization turns into a cold, hard pebble in your gut. You shake your head, staring straight into Jian's eyes. You clench your jaw, heart turning to stone. Jian catches your arm, voice breaking. Don't make me choose between you and everything else. I can't. Your heart, made brittle by everything that had happened yesterday, finally shatters completely. I'm not the one making this an either or situation. Don't pin this on me. Jian's face is wan, making the dark circles more obvious. Had he gotten any sleep last night? We'll just not hang out in my house. I'll tell my parents I'm studying outside, alone. Nothing has to change. An easy fix. As long as you stay within the clean lines of Jian's boundaries and never asked for more. Jian would pretend the problem doesn't exist. Yeah. Like, this game is giving me so much, I don't know, flashbacks and stuff of my life. It's just, it's so much. God. Okay. No, if that's all I've ever had, I'll rather walk away now. Not before, be, not because fuck, I'll rather have something than nothing at all. So this is where we probably break up. Yeah. The thing is that he will never have the courage, even if I pick this one, he will never probably have the courage to face his parents. So we break up, whatever. You know it's over. There's no going back after this. The damage is done. In place of the heady, giddy feeling of falling in love, being in love, there's only the hollow, gnawing feeling of betrayal. Now it's about your grades. Next, it'll be your career. But underneath it all, there'll always be the chokehold of your parents, their expectations of what your life should look like. You'll have to pick, and I'll be one that gets dropped. There's a long silence. If Cheon had said something then, anything to refute this, you might not have walked away. But he doesn't. So you turn and you don't look back. The next few days morph into weeks. You still see Cheon in class and sometimes after school, but you barely talk to each other. The haunted look in Cheon's eyes never goes away. You stop dreaming about the future you could have shared with Cheon. Instead, you pour all your energy into studying just to fill the hole in your heart that had once been reserved for Cheon. Nothing feels the same, but you lie to yourself that if you can just make it through the exams, earn your ticket out of Singapore, you leave all the pain behind. Soon classes come to an end. You take your exams and leave the rest up to fate. In the end, you get a full scholarship to NYU, and you hear that Cheon's headed to best law program in the country. Once, you might have hesitated at the thought of accepting an offer that would bring you halfway around the world for 4 years. But those days are long over. You submit your official acceptance to NYU, eager to reinvent yourself in a new city. That's the last you see of Cheon. Back to the present. 26th December. You and Junie have both stopped walking. Junie had listened to the entire story without interrupting, but now she rests a hand on your shoulder and squeezes. Damn, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Cheon told me some of it, but I hadn't realized it was so bad. One of the things that I really like about the visuals is that the characters seem very real. Because we kind of tend to make characters in a way that are not realistic. But look at her proportions. Her proportions feel real, okay? Like the body shape feels very real. Like sometimes they put like these slim bodies or very beefed up bodies with guys, or very lean, especially with women, very lean and huge boobs and stuff like that. And in here, I really like the proportions of the body because they feel very natural and real to me. Junie pulls you into a hug and you let yourself relax into the embrace. You do feel a little lighter now that you've told Junie about what had happened. You gotta be okay later if Cheon shows up. Junie jerks a thumb the way you'll come. Because if you like to bail, I know the best Burmese place down that way. You wave a hand at Junie. I'll be fine. The restaurant is all sleek black and white lines and dark mahogany. The space thrums with Christmas Eve energy, clinking glasses, bursts of laughter, murmur of low conversation. You scan the sleek interior until you spot familiar faces at the corner booth. Tack, your classmate and Junie's boyfriend, gives you both an enthusiastic wave and dashes over, pulling both of you and Junie into a bear hug. You are heading towards the table with the two of them when the door swings open again. Something, instinct perhaps, or maybe just bad timing, makes you turn to look. Jiyeon stands silhouetted in the doorway. The smile on your face freezes in place. Time slows. Jiyeon's eyes meets yours, and all the air whooshes out of your lungs. His dark gaze is exactly how you remember it, turbulent, deepless, and frustratingly unreadable. You let your eyes trace the hard, angular structure of his cheekbones and jaw down to his tailored shirt and pants. It all speaks subtly of success and power and prestige. All the things Jiyeon's parents had always wished for, no, expected of him. You heard he's a public prosecutor now, and he certainly looks like the sort of person you wouldn't want to go up against in court. And yet, in the subtle softening of his eyes as he holds your gaze, you see traces of the Jiyeon you once knew. There's a hollow ache in your chest. Slowly, Jiyeon lifts his chin, and his lips curl up into a wry, almost cryptic smile. I was starting to think I'll never see you again. Me too, I say coolly. It's been a while. Remain silent, overcome with emotion. I missed you, I admit, too honest for my own good. No, I don't want that. Emotions surge beneath your placid surface as you stare at Jiyeon, the first person you've fallen in love with and the first person to break your heart. For me, it's like, I think I already told you that. I don't like cowards. But it's not that, how to put it? It's not that I don't understand why Jiyeon acted in the way that he did. I actually respect that because I know they have like this thing that I told you about of the filial piety and all of it. And respecting your elders. It's like respecting your elders, like especially in terms of family. And it's a very weighty kind of thing that they have. So it's kind of like I understand that. So it's like I'm cool with it. But at the same time, I like guys that go forward, go in front, that do not act cowardly when I need them to act. And that's why I'm like, if you were not able to do something during that situation, like something, then we are not cool with each other. And that's why I'm like, I don't think so. Emotions surge beneath your placid surface as you stare at Jiyeon, the first person you've fallen in love with and the first person to break your heart. But you surprise yourself by giving absolutely nothing away. When you respond, your gaze is level. Me too, it's been a while. Your tone is cool. You are determined not to give Jiyeon the satisfaction of knowing the effect he still has on you. Jiyeon presses his lips together, and you see a vein in his neck pulse. Jiyeon pushes a strand of hair out of his eyes. You recognize the tic. He does it when he's nervous or uncertain. And there had been a time you found it impossibly endearing. After chatting for a while, Jiyeon's gaze slides to the table where your classmates are seated, watching the two of you with undisguised curiosity. He tilts a chin to the back exit. Can we talk outside for a bit? can't you say it in here? Like, this is like really playing difficult. My throat goes dry, but I nod warily. Use humor as a shield. Sounds like the start of a murder mystery. Good. You are beginning to panic, so you reach for humor as a coping mechanism. Sounds like the start of every murder mystery. Jion laughs, shaking his head. I promise I don't plan on killing you. So, no promises that you won't do it accidentally? Jion cracks a smile at this. Okay, I promise I won't do it accidentally either. You wave a hand in front of you, trying to hide how your heart rate's beginning to quicken. Alright then, lead the way. You follow Cheon out the back door of the restaurant into the alley. The door swings shut behind you, shutting off the noise. The alley is almost empty, save for several lonely pigeons picking the ground for invisible food scraps. A crescent moon hangs like a silver coma between the rooftops of old shop houses. The back doors are flanked by a motley arrangement of dented garbage bins, air conditioning compressor units, and plastic chairs well worn from countless smoke breaks. For a while, the two of you stare each other down without speaking. Once, almost 10,000 miles of sea had stood between you and the past that you fought so hard to leave behind. Now Cheon's standing so close, you can smell the familiar scent of his soap. True to character, he hasn't changed it, even after all these years. You step back, trying to render his proximity less overpowering. You don't want to be reminded of sweeter times, simpler times, times when touching Cheon, loving Cheon, had been as natural as breathing. Okay, we are outside. What did you want to say? He's not going to say much. He's not. I know. They are always so vague. It's always like, yeah, I know how it is. I've dealt with one. Cheon takes a deep breath, and something shifts in his expression. Whatever had remained of his hard exterior crumbles to dust in front of you. I wanted to apologize for the way things ended. Okay, that's good. Your heart drops to the pit of your stomach. I assumed you'll always be in my life. I was 18 and stupid, and Cheon keeps going, words coming out rough and unpracticed. I achieved everything on their lists, tick them off one by one. He didn't make me feel anything. Yeah, I know. Cheon sucks in a breath, then chokes out the words. I thought I could do what my parents wanted and come back for the things that actually made me happy afterward. But by then, you were already gone. You think of that afternoon in Cheon's house, everything that Cheon's mother had said and everything that Cheon had not. You look at Cheon for a long moment without saying anything, palms sweating in the humid night air. I never stopped wondering if things might have turned out differently, if I had said something then, if I had asked you to stay all those years ago. Yes, I know. Because you kind of do think like that, right? Like it can. I don't know how to put this to you, but it's like this game is like speaking to me in ways. It's like when you are, especially, it's not the case in here, but when you are a Westerner, and you have like a kind of this situation with an Asian person, you're like, why don't you just have the balls? Like, you keep thinking about like, but the thing is, how to be, then you realize that most of the times it's not their fault, it's within them, okay? And it's, I don't know how to put it. My heart flutters. Why are you telling me all this now? My throat closes up in anger. No, you don't get to do this. I am not, how to put it, because I kind of understand. I don't want to sound that angry, okay? Shake my head coldly. You made your decision, I made mine, now we live with it. Yes, this is more like it. You take a long breath, then blow it out again, slowly regaining control of your emotions. Jian, we're not 18 anymore. We don't even live in the same country. You wave a hand at the tailored suit. The carefully styled hair, the accumulated evidence of just how much your lives had diverged. I think that ship has sailed, don't you? There's a long pause, and you see that Jian's hands are still trembling slightly at his sides. It hasn't for me. Jian holds your gaze, refusing to give up. Not yet. Like, this is another thing that kind of hurts me, which is like, oh, but I never actually forgotten you, you know? Really? Because he never went to look for us. Right? Have we ever received some kind of like, I don't know, email, postcard, whatever, or even a visit from him at our door in New York? Never. But now he's coming to me. Now that I just went in here to come to my parents' house for Christmas and holidays, now he's like, oh, but I never forgotten you, and I really wanted this, and now I'm a different man. Oh, really? Really? So you were waiting for what? For me to come in here? You also didn't have the balls to just go look for me if you were that interested? Yeah, doesn't work for me. Nope. Jian holds your gaze, refusing to give up. Not yet. When Junie told me you'll be here today, I knew I had to try to talk to you this time, at least. All I'm asking is lunch this week. That's all it has to be. You take in a sharp breath. At the base of your stomach, there's the old anger threatening to rise, but as Jian stares at you, you admit there's something else too. Agree to lunch? What harm can it do? I could, but I'm like, no. Especially like after what he said, which was like, oh, but I've been thinking all this time about it. I'm like, really, Jude? Really? Like, you've been waiting for this, like you checked your list, you've been waiting for this situation, and just because it happened that I came home for the Christmas and you saw me, now you're like, oh, but I've always been into you. Like, really? Yeah. No. I cannot do this. But this has to do with what I told you about, which is like, I like guys that have the balls to do things. When guys are like this, I start like, ugh, no, I cannot. It's not even it's not even more the fact that the parents didn't accept in me. It's more the fact that, okay, you checked your list very well, and why didn't you, if you were so into me and waiting for me and all, why didn't you come and try to find me? You know? You never said nothing. Were you just expecting me to come back home so you could... Honestly, no. It took me a very long time to pick up the pieces after you. Our lives don't intersect anymore, and they don't need to. Jian's lower lip trembles. There's strength and quiet pride in his gaze. All the things you once loved him for. But this time there's something else. A softness that you don't recognize. The two of you stand face to face for several more heartbeats. You let the silence hold the words you won't say to each other. Then you turn towards the back door of the restaurant and tilt your chin at Jian. We should head back in. Jian nods. You leave the ghost of your past with the pigeons in the alley, shutting the door behind you. back at home. That night, when you return home, you realize that everyone's been asking you the same question. Are you staying this time? Jian had asked it first before you left for New York, then nearly a decade later. Nat on a hot afternoon at the beach, then a snowy street in New York. Shay as you dance with him in a throng of people. For years, you've been living in the space between cities, between a past that you can't forget and a future that's just out of reach. Tomorrow, you'll wake up in your childhood bedroom with 4 days left in Singapore before the New Year's. As you walk from the car park to your apartment, you wonder what it would take to finally arrive at an answer to that question. You've reached the end of the demo. Thanks for playing. Yes. So, based on your choices of this playthrough, these scenes will be available in the full game. Oh, have a follow-up conversation with your mother about what she said in the kitchen. And many more scenes. Different choices might unlock other scenes in another playthroughs. Catch up with Cheon over lunch. Convince Nat to come to Singapore. Oh, we could have convinced him. Okay. The full game releases in winter. What? No, this is not right, actually. I don't think so. Yeah, they probably needed more time. Yeah, no. It's probably more like during the Christmas season this year. From what I'm seeing in here, more like that, yes. Visited back to the main menu. So, main menu, but not this one. I thought we were going to the other one. So, what do I want to say about this? This game makes me go back quite a lot. And why? Because I've been in the situation of going into another country, far away too, of having my drama too in there with my relationship, and even actually coming back home. Also, this situation with Cheon, it kind of appeals to me too, because yes, I knew I was interested in also with someone, a Singaporean guy, and I noticed certain things, and our relationship was kind of like that too, which is like him being very vague and never actually going forward, and and so I was kind of like noticing all of this, and it was messing with me. The issue is that these guys have baggage. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's like they have baggage in terms of like we have baggage with them too. Okay, like we had a relationship with one, then we had a relationship with the other one, and Shay is the only one that is kind of like new. And I would even say that you would probably find like a good ending of him, her, whatever, depending on what you choose, with the main character. Because what I was not expecting is that probably our main character is also an extroverted person, since she likes to perform and play music herself. Yeah, that's when I was like, oh wait, so maybe she would be really okay with Shay, because the thing with Xian and Nat is that they have baggage with us. I mean, that's totally cool for us to do those routes too. But the feeling that I was left at with this game is because I have like these shadows, as I said. I was doing the game and I was feeling like, because I have the baggage myself. I was feeling like I don't want to date any. Do you understand? It's like one is too much extroverted for me. I have baggage with one because of certain things that I passed in my life. I have baggage with the other because of certain things I passed with another one. So at the end, I was like, no, I'm going back to New York, but I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to meet new people, okay? Although I still think Nat would be, but we hurted Nat. It's awful. I hate that. I hate to be like putting the person in a situation where I might hurt that person once again because I'm or feeling that I'm a failure, in terms of our relationship. But yeah, that's it. I liked it, but I'm feeling like I don't know if I can actually, me personally, I don't know if I can do this in a whole thing. Because this game is good. I love the visuals and all of it. But it gives me the feelings of things that I relate to. And I don't want to think about those things. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So, what I was going to say is that, so you see in here, you have like a version of Nat as a male and a version of Nat as a female. So, you see? And Shay as a male and Shay as a female. It's the same with Xian. In terms of the transgender, maybe I didn't got that because at the beginning I said I was she female. Maybe that's why I never even gotten the them kind of thing, probably. I don't know. But I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that it has and then it doesn't have, so. But if you are interested in that part, you should also play the demo and, kind of like investigate it for yourself, So yeah, it was good, and I think it might come out at the end of this year, apparently. And that's it. Thank you so much for being in there with me playing this demo. Thank you, and see you next time.